If you're a designer in March 2026, you must be exhausted. Every single day, a new tool is getting released. We can't keep up anymore. Google just dropped a major update to Google Stitch on March 18th, 2026. I've reviewed Google Stitch about 6 months ago, but the tool that is available now in the form of Stitch is completely different. This is not just a version or a feature update. It's a new tool introducing a new concept called vibe design. And of course, we've got influencers creating clickbaits that start with Figma's dead and rest in peace Figma, and I think some of us are exhausted. So if I'm reflecting your feelings, this video is not one more clickbait. I do not think that Figma is dead or that we're done with it. My purpose of this video is to actually show you what is Google Stitch, because it's definitely a very worthwhile tool. You should get to know it, but I also want to talk to you through when is it relevant to be used and when is it very limited to do our work. A few months ago when Google released it, it was this chat interface. I compared it to what was happening in the industry at the time, and definitely it was superior to Relume, to Lovable, even to Figma at the time, because Google Stitch had the option to copy to Figma, which was not yet available in Figma Make. Right now, this is available in Figma Make, but at the time, Google Stitch was first to make that connection, that as a designer, even though you started by vibe designing, you may have wanted to copy things to Figma. But now, with the new release, Google Stitch is completely different. The beginning of the interface, the UI, is really exquisite. It's very modern, and the messaging is very powerful. Design at the speed of AI. The new concept that Google is trying to share on Twitter is that Google Stitch is this new tool that allows you to vibe design, which is honestly what seems to be the future of where all design tools are heading. We already know Figma is doing this with their new alpha prompt to edit. They have not yet shared this. I'm anticipating they would do that in Config 2026. Rather than vibe to code, you can vibe to design. I'm sharing this link with you for their post in the description if you wanted to see it. But this is where they speak about all these new capabilities: AI native canvas, smarter design agent, voice. So as a designer, rather than just type and prompt, you're able to talk to the interface, and it has this sleek voice. We'll try it together now. Instant prototyping, and most importantly, the ability to create design system files and components to what you're designing, so it's not just random AI-generated outputs. If you're looking at the interface, you can see Stitch here is in beta. Here I can see some projects I've worked on in the past, ability to search them, and there are some example projects. Here you can move between your modes. And here you've got access to the different models, 3.1 Pro, Gemini, which is very powerful. This is where you have to consider this. Like, the superpower of Stitch is it has the whole Google team behind it. It has Gemini Pro behind it, Nano Banana. Nano Banana has been the most powerful tool to generate images. In my experience, I very often use it within Figma. You can even choose your model based on what you're trying to do, whether you want to redesign an existing project or ideate on new ideas. And again, when you come here, you have the ability to select a design system. You can start from some existing presets that they have, or just let Stitch decide. You also can get started with either a mobile app or a web app. And here you can either upload files or just simply provide it with a website URL, something for inspiration. One thing that's bothering me here, even it's minor, but like, this tells you how much this is a tool that you would not be using all day, because I don't have much control as a designer. Do you see this little bar over here? It has my projects from last year. I wanted to hide this, but I don't even have a choice to do that. So, ignoring that, let's talk to our smart design agent. The whole concept of vibe design that Google is speaking about is that you can give Google Stitch the intent of what you're trying to create, not just what it should build. It should be your design partner. So let's talk to it.
Hey, what are we designing today?
So I'm giving permissions here to allow it to talk to me while we're visiting the site. Okay, Google Stitch. Now, help me brainstorm a dashboard for employees in a company that will help them increase their productivity and usage of AI.
I love that idea. Are we thinking mobile first or desktop primarily?
Desktop primarily because this is an internal tool. But also, let's explore how this would be responsively. Maybe this tool can be carried in their pocket when they go home as well.
Fantastic! Let's build something incredible. On it now. Working on it?
While she's working on it, I'm pausing her. But this is really interesting, right? Like sometimes I do like to talk out loud with a design agent. So I would say this is a really winning feature. And if you didn't like her voice, the perky, fun one, you can change that. And here it is. As you can see, the first step it did, it generated a design system. And apparently, this is part of the features that Google is very keen on, which is they're having this design.md file that always starts with a design system. It's generating all these shades and variables. You guys know how long it takes us to generate these things if we were creating our own design system in Figma. The idea is if I didn't like this, and here they have this option of multiple design systems that they are pre-created and pre-generated for you. So suppose I wanted to go with this color system, I can click save. Okay, design system is updated. I don't see it reflected in the app. Interesting. You'd think that's something simple, and once it's changed, that it would reflect it automatically in the app. I probably need to prompt it. First of all, let us look at what it actually generated. So it created this dashboard, my productivity, AI metric, quick actions. So you can see a productivity score, AI integration rate, tasks completed, AI quick actions, and again, it made this in a mobile version. Well, that's fine. It does look like something that you would see in an internal application. Let's try talking to it once again.
Hey, what do we design?
See, this is a new voice I chose. Hey, Sharon, apply my new design system to the screens that I created, and also show me that AI metrics screen. How do you think it would look like? So now that I gave it this instruction, I'm not seeing it apply it. Sharon, are you applying my new design system to my screens?
It's generating right now. It takes about a minute, but you'll see the redesign soon.
Okay, perfect.
That sleek, dark mode vibe is totally going to elevate the whole experience. What do you think?
Yeah, this looks great.
Glad you love it. What's next?
Let's change the screens to reflect this dark mode.
Working on it. Applied that dark mode. Check out the desktop dashboard and mobile productivity view.
But I'm trying to see what happens when I select it. Let's say I like this screen. It looks really nice with a new design system. So now what are my options when I select a screen that it has created? So one option is mark it. Marking it allows me to tell the AI which part I would want it to edit specifically. So it's almost like the point and edit in Figma. If I were to select this one, this is a direct edit. Allows me to come here and I can either edit the text or edit it with AI. You've got the hand here where you're able to move things around the canvas. You've got the images where you can just drop different things in here just to add more context maybe, or just add your own images. And this is the design system button. And lastly, this is the favorites button. If you like a specific design, you can mark that this is one of the favorites. Star your best screens to collect them here. So here's my feedback where we just got started from an idea. At what stage as a designer you would do this? Maybe during the discovery phase where you're still iterating, you need some inspiration. This seems to fit within that discovery stage where we're just coming up with ideas. Definitely love the voice capability, the infinite canvas, all these things. But what I'm able to do with this is limited. Like, this could work if you are a contractor designer. Let's say you have clients that come to you and they want to start from scratch. Then yes, Google Stitch could be perfect for you because you can just start from an idea and get to this beautiful design in minutes, and you can iterate, right? This is where Google Stitch is more powerful, let's say, than getting started with vibe coding in Claude, where it's immediately jumping to code. As a designer, maybe I don't want to start in Claude. I don't want to start with code. I would want to start somewhere where I'm just generating designs, where I'm adding ideas. So this could be fantastic. And look at the output. This is what we have to acknowledge, and I think what's creating a big deal. The output is really good in comparison to if I were to give the same command, let's say, and get started in Claude or in Codex. If you want me to even compare those for you, I'm happy to do a video where we use the same prompt and compare them. Just tell me in the comments. But I think it's very visible to us that the initial output is really good. It's elegant, it's modern, you do have some control here over the design system, and there's a prototyping feature that I will also show you. So if you're that kind of a designer, you're working for small businesses, they come to you with an idea you just generated, then this is great. This is genuinely saving you time. The most important part is it's free of charge. While it's still in beta, Google Stitch is still free. So many of you asking me while you're watching the other tutorials with MCP and Figma integration, oh, do we need a pro account for Figma? Do we need a pro account for Claude? So yes, those are definitely a barrier when you are the whole team versus you're working in a company or an enterprise. You don't need to pay all those subscriptions. Now, naturally, probably Google is going to monetize this eventually, but at least for now, this is free of charge for you to use anytime that you want, which is a huge plus. But how many designers are just independent designers working on their own, or they need this kind of workflow? Most of us, we work in larger companies, enterprises, teams with very well-established products and brands. We're often working on features that build towards existing products. Does it mean you can't use Stitch if you're in a bigger team? Well, you still could. You still could iterate on forms, components, different ideas. But this is where I think the tool becomes very limited, because then what happens next? This is the point that I want to emphasize more than anything. Look at that. We generated something. Let's say I love it. What happens next? In the past, when we selected something with Stitch, like I showed you in my older video, a right side panel would appear with more properties that allowed you to do more controls. Now, with this new concept, they took away the right side panel. Do you see if I double click, it just zooms out? Or right now, it's preparing it to preview, to modify, to annotate. Like suppose I want to edit. It's just allowing me to edit the text, but it's not letting me have that property panel that as a designer, I very much need to control so many other things. I can only vibe design with Stitch. And that is the catch as far as I'm concerned. This is the limitation. As designers, what will continue to give us the power over AI-generated output is the ability to control the details, the ability to go in and tweak. And this is where, in my experience, the Figma AI tools have been very powerful in terms of the context of what I'm working on. The Figma AI tools are happening in addition to the other capabilities that allow me to do whatever I need as a designer. They're not taking away my property panel, my canvas, my ability to customize things. Let's see, what else can we do with this? So we generated this great content. What can we do? We have a share button, enable sharing and remixing. So we would have to make the project public in order to copy it, share it, and remix it. But very often I can't do that as a designer within a company, right? Because whatever we create is private and it belongs to our company. So I can probably export this to Figma, AI Studio, through an MCP, through Claude, or I can copy code to clipboard. If I click the export button here, if I select Figma, I need to click convert, and now this becomes available to copy. Design copy to your clipboard, click Command V or Control V in Figma, Let's come here to Figma. I can see all of it here. This is great. Now, having this integration makes a huge sense for me because, again, I think that step is absolutely critical, which is we've iterated here in this discovery phase. Now we want to bring things back to Figma where we can go inside the nitty gritty details, look at the grid that they actually created, go inside the auto layout, change numbers without having to use an AI to do those edits. Now, to test the interactive prototyping capability and also its accuracy to translate existing files. This is a mobile application that I teach beginners in Figma how to create and prototype by themselves. If I were to take a screenshot from this, how accurate would Google Stitch be in terms of creating it and helping me prototype it much faster? So I have my screenshot, and let's start with a new project. So I want to enter a file, and this is the prompt that I'm giving it. Create this mobile application for iOS and give me your feedback on the things that need to be enhanced. Because ideally, this agent is smart, it's more capable to help me iterate. So what we're testing here is design from screenshot. How accurate is the translation of the AI? And also, we want to test, is it capable of giving me feedback? Clicking enter, it already brought in the screenshot. Remember, this is a concept of an infinite canvas where it can place so many things here. So now it's getting started by building the design system and it's generating the different screens. Oh my goodness, wow. This is not what I expected. Guys, I told it to create the same screenshot. Even though I love what it created, I mean, this is pretty. If I wanted to start from scratch, this is really a very nice visual design. One can argue it's even nicer than mine, what I started with. But in terms of design accuracy, this is not at all what I expected. Like even here with Dahlia, because Dahlia is also the name of a person, it actually replaced it with a girl instead of a flower. So I'm testing further just for you to see. We want to dig deeper because all these YouTube creators that go and show you one homepage and tell you it's great, it works amazing. This is what hype means. When you're hyping something without actually testing it within the workflow that you need it for. I don't want to do this. Let's prompt it further and say, create the first page that contains all these three flowers, petunia, rose, and dahlia. Let's see if it has any idea what I'm talking about, because in an app, if this is a design agent that can help me build an app, somewhere there should be this understanding that these are detailed pages that will be connected from that first page. So let's zoom in closer. Yes, it does understand what I'm talking about. Good. Let's give it this credit. It did understand what my prompt is about. It created this home page that is the digital conservatory, and it has the rose, it has the dahlia, it has the petunia. And at least here, it understands that the dahlia is actually a flower. So let me see if I can use that markdown, select the dahlia and say, use this photo to replace the woman's image in the dahlia's detail page. And the last thing that I would want to test afterwards is to connect this whole thing as a prototype. So I can see already it's generating a new screens. It didn't go and replace it in Dahlia detail. Maybe if I called it as Dahlia detail, it would have. I mean, it understood it is the page I wanted to replace, but it created a duplicate. Going back here to the arrow, I will delete this page. Now, let us test the prototyping feature. I have all the frames selected, and I want to say, generate an instant prototype. Now, let's test it. This is the first page, Digital Conservatory. Great. Look at this. There's a very nice little zoom in that happens when I come here. I have the ability to add it to cart. It's not fully interactive yet. I'm sure we could make that work. Now, what I ideally want is when I click on this, I want to come to the detailed page. And yeah, that's great. We came to the detailed page with the rose. Perfect. There is a back button that is working. That is very smart. Definitely, this is very, very well done. I have a whole advanced prototyping video in Figma of how hard it is to create that capability on our own with variables. And we had to go around and do a lot of work to be able to create a prototype. The fact that it can do that for us is fantastic. So here's my objective conclusion. Google Stitch is fantastic. Vibe designing is a fantastic concept that serves us well within that initial stage of discovery where we need to iterate, ideate faster, save us time when we're working with product managers so that we don't have to do discovery for 3 months. And honestly, if I compare this to other discovery tools like Figma Make, I would say this is way better. In terms of the result that I'm getting, in terms of the infinite canvas, the voice feature, I love that. Being able to talk through it if you're working on your own, being able to take what I vibe design back into Figma and to work on the details, this is also super helpful. This is clearly a very different tool from Figma. It's intended just for this vibe designing process where you're actually thinking through and iterating what you want to create. But it is not made to tweak the designs and details the way you would do in Figma. How I see it being used is mainly at the discovery stage, or if you are an independent contractor designer, then definitely you can leverage all these other tools. There is an MCP for Stitch that would allow you to take all these screens that we created here and take them to Claude and have Claude generate them for you or review the code that is created. If you're interested in this part, please drop me a line and I will create a video specifically about linking Google Stitch with Claude. The instant prototyping is definitely a lifesaver. You came up with an idea, you're vibe designing, you want to see it live. Yes, great. But I don't think I would use Google Stitch for the high fidelity prototyping level. I don't think I would necessarily use it if I'm starting from a certain screen and I'm trying to get accuracy. We already saw that. I gave it a screen and it completely generated something different. So it takes your idea and builds on it, but it's not necessarily good at design accuracy. For a vibe designing tool, the output is fantastic, but this is what it can do. I don't see it replacing in the near future a tool like Figma where designers get to dive into high fidelity prototypes, features, enterprise work, and team collaboration. This is not a place where I could collaborate with my team, for example. Yes, we could leave annotations and documentation, but what can be done at that stage is limited. In terms of handoff to developers, yes, definitely this could be very useful. If you are the designer and developer at the same time, obviously you can copy this or integrate with Claude, with MCP, and just get the code to your vibe coder or to your developers. So it could do a good job there. And that's it. That's my honest review and discovery. What do you think? With everything that I showed you here, where do you feel you would use this tool and where do you feel it comes short? Do you think you need the property panel like I mentioned? Do you still think you need the Figma capabilities? Please share your input with me. I would love to know your perspective so this is not just subjective from my side. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking with me beyond the hype and actually diving deeper into what's happening with our industry, how our AI workflows are evolving.